beans.
So fascinating.
I don't know why. I don't know why I do it.
We are streaming live.
We're streaming live right now.
To the internet.
Salad.
Salad.
Turn up the volume on this volume.
Pump up the volume.
Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up.
All right. Anyway.
I'm going crazy. I need some volume up in this bitch.
What? So.
Volume.
What?
Volume.
I need some volume. Turn it up. Turn up the volume.
Yeah.
I can't say these words.
You are retarded.
Are we
we've
streaming?
discussed that before. I don't know whether we're streaming.
I don't know we are.
It
I think
says we're streaming.
It says we are.
I don't know if we actually are. I can't even tell.
There, I took the gum out of my mouth.
If
so now
it's
it's on.
in there. I don't know if anyone
think
gives a
something's
shit
happening.
about our podcast because I haven't posted the audio one in like months.
You haven't posted the audio podcast? Really?
The last one I posted was in May.
Dude. No.
No one cares about us anymore.
Well, you know why? Probably because you stopped putting the audio podcast up.
At least we got Simpleton Soup in here with us.
I'm happy to have Simpleton Soup. I like Gloom Clay.
Gollum Clay, but
Gollum
you know,
Clay.
whatever. It's funny because you wanted to talk about The Hobbit, but
Let's talk about The
and
Hobbit.
it's Gollum. Well, first matter of business. It's Comic-Con.
Yep.
And we're not there.
Yep.
I'm a little sad.
I'm kind of sad. I mean, I knew economically it was a dumb idea for us to try and go to Comic-Con this year. You are...
Usually I get lots of free shit, and I didn't this year. And
There
last
you
year
go.
I got half free shit.
Last year you got half free shit, but like you didn't get the free offers this year, and you're in a new startup, and you know
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm trimming marijuana for money. It's like we don't really have. It's you know, if we made a profit when we went, but we usually.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I lose around $800 when I go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, even with my free hotel.
Even with the free hotels.
And the free airfare sometimes.
And the limit of only $350 for comic books.
Yeah, you still end up going. It's just.
It's too much fun.
That said,
It's too much fun.
I'd like to go into debt and go.
Tell me about it. Like for the last week, I've been itching.
Yeah.
I've been looking through all of my
I
comics.
think it hurts worse that WonderCon didn't happen.
Yeah. Because I didn't get anywhere to buy new comics.
Yeah.
And I really need new comics.
Yeah, I've been just Amazoning the fuck out of it. Anyway.
I'm going to have to.
So it's
Case
funny
of
because
it.
Ryan, who you guys should know by now.
Yeah, Ryan Cronin.
Texted both of us like, dude, we're going next year. Like he's already like,
I'm buying tickets.
I'm buying tickets as soon as they're available. And
I want
he's
to
like,
say
I'll
yes.
even cover Adam.
He said that?
Yeah, he said he'd cover your
Liar.
ticket. Just your ticket, not your airfare and hotel. But
Well, he's talking about driving down.
yeah, he's going to drive down, but I'm not driving down.
I'd drive with him. Just, I don't, well, to me, I understand that the plane ticket, really, if you look at it, it's kind of cheaper. You know, but for me, I hate airports so much that I'd rather be stuck in a car with Ryan Cronin for 6 hours.
That
than to have
high-speed
to-
rail can't come soon enough.
Yeah. Oh, they did announce that they're actually going to have it.
They're actually going to build it. So.
California has finally progressed to Japan in 1985. Yes,
or
we did it.
Europe in like 1930.
30-ish.
I mean, sure, the Nazis blew most of it up, but
But they did have trains, and they still do.
yeah.
Yep, but hey, we're getting a train.
God damn.
For those of you who don't know, California is getting a train that goes basically from San Francisco to L.A.
Which doesn't sound very far, but it's a 8-9 hour car ride.
It's a 9-hour car ride.
6 if you floor it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's far, and that's not metric, by the way. That's imperial units, 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
And
metric, it's like 40 hours.
It's
or
like
something
9
like that.
days.
So you guys in Europe can now understand
Yeah.
what a pain in the ass is.
Now you know
Anyway, Ryan texted us,
about Comic-Con.
and like I've been trying to keep up. So here's the thing: I don't read a lot of news sites that have Comic-Con coverage, and most of the ones I do are game related. So I've been trying to watch the G4 live coverage, and god damn that dude they have on there. He's from some show. He's just an actor that they hired because Kevin Pereira quit. And I didn't realize how much I didn't dislike Kevin Pereira until this guy came on.
You got to look him up. I got to know who he is now. Because here's my thing. I tried watching some G4. I didn't even get to the actual thing. I saw a commercial for the Comic-Con coverage, and that pissed me off so much that I decided that I can't watch it, and I'll just have to get the news secondhand, like in a year when I go to the next Comic-Con.
Yeah, I forget his name. If anyone knows his name, put it up there. We'll
Google him.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it right.
Well, here's my deal is I haven't been following the Comic-Con news. I want some Comic-Con news, so I'm hoping that maybe some people in the comments can say things like, "Hey, did you hear Captain America's gay now?" or something.
Captain America is gay. How'd you know?
Is he gay now?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he was always trying to get with Bucky.
Well, when he was Nomad, he was pretty gay.
He tapped Bucky
probably
pretty
when he was
much every
Nomad.
night.
He had that long flowing mullet, and he always wore those kind of 1980s sunglasses, skin tight, just pants for no reason.
Skinny jeans?
Kind of skinny jeans, but latex because it was the 80s.
It's fair.
Nomad, not the most masculine. Not the most masculine guy.
There's a reason they call him Nomad. Huh? I don't know. That was a stretch. That was a stretch.
That was a try. It was a try.
But yeah, the only thing we saw was Hobbit. They did 12 minutes of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Which is only like 1/50th of the movie,
1/50th
probably.
of the movie, yeah.
It's a 7-hour, one-book movie.
Would you go see the 12-minute 12-minute preview for The Hobbit?
What do you mean go see it?
If you were at Comic-Con.
No, because it would have been in Hall H, and fuck that hall.
Well, it would have been impossible.
It would have been a
get
6-hour line.
It would have been a 6-hour line.
And fuck that.
My thing is, I wouldn't do it just because I don't like previews for movies. I'll watch
You
one
know
preview.
The Hobbit.
I know The Hobbit, but I don't want to see Smaug.
Why not?
Because I want it to be new when I get to, I want to be like, holy shit, there's a dragon. Like I want it to be like.
You think they showed Smog? I bet you they just showed
him.
fire.
You think?
The hint at Smog.
I bet they have Smog's face coming
and
out
I
of
bet
the Smog
you show,
at the very end.
Showed a scene of them entering like the old Dwarven castle that's now been taken over.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you they showed a glimpse of that.
I bet they showed
a glimpse of the battle when all four sides come together.
Yeah, they show little quick
cuts of
that. But
yeah.
I bet they show Bilbo in the Chamber of Gold with Smaug.
Blair Herter is not the guy in Simpleton Soup. Blair Herter is far less annoying than this actor guy that was on all day yesterday. It's the dude who interviewed who the fuck was it? Not Anthony Bourdain, but it was right around that time. It was like 3:00 yesterday. His last name starts with a B. This is a G4 coverage.
And it's not Anthony Bourdain.
No, Anthony Bourdain was there. Oh, he was interviewing Paul Scheer and the other guy from Children's Hospital that were on.
Oh, okay. Children's Hospital, by the way. Great show.
Yeah. So, I did see What's-Her-Face, Candace Bailey, and Hardwick interview Aisha Tyler about Archer and all her projects. That was interesting. But the problem with G4 is they just kind of do these interviews.
Yeah.
And then, they don't actually show any panels or anything. They're just in their booth hey, this guy had a panel 5 minutes ago. What'd you talk about in the panel? Stuff about the show, bro. It was amazing. Oh, really? Well, that's fascinating. Any cool stuff? Tons of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
So-
I don't especially like G4 because of that.
Yeah.
You know,
They do a better job at E3 where they show hands-on of the game.
Yes, they do.
And
they
whatever,
talk about it and they analyze it. Where it seems like a Comic-Con is kind of like it's kind of like MTV Spring Break back in the 90s when they'd be like, yeah, Dan Cortez here, MTV Spring Break, and now we got another one from Coolio, and it's like I'm not really getting the Spring Break experience. I'm not really getting the Spring Break experience, but I can see why somebody who has never been to Spring Break might mistake this.
Simpleton Soup said Google didn't see anyone. They're just saying who should replace him. Now, this was a guy who was just on the coverage. He was literally on the coverage. He's not meant to replace Pereira.
He's just a guy
He's
on
just
the floor.
there on the Comic-Con coverage in the booth. And he was alone for an hour without Candace. And while I find Candace Bailey annoying, she's at least relatable. I at least want to slap her. This guy, I just wanted to die.
Well, that's sad.
I just want him to stop. talking.
Well, what made him so annoying?
He's a British actor.
There you go.
Or Scottish. He's a Scottish actor.
Scottish?
I know. Which
Oh.
seriously.
Oh.
And he's got funny Scottish teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, you know those Scottish teeth.
Those Scott teeth.
Fucking
haggis jaw.
I'm just gonna say hi to the 3 other people in this channel.
Hey, threes.
There's Dora Bonte and Silver Pie Heart, which is a great fucking name because
Silver Pie Heart sounds pretty good, actually.
if I were to come up with a superpower, it would probably be caused by the fact that I was born with a silver pie heart.
You were born with a silver pie heart, which is odd.
Which is odd, but I got no superpowers.
You didn't get super. You just got a really
Receding hairline.
And a horrible heart condition that's really detrimental to your health. You know, also allergic to silver. That's got to hurt.
So back to Hobbit.
Okay.
I would not have waited in the line.
I wouldn't have gone to see it just because that's too. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know.
You know what I miss most about Comic-Con though?
The women in costumes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Star Bar.
Star Bar was fun. This is getting drunk in a bar, and then Elijah Woods comes in, and you're like, "Fuck you, Frodo!" And
You smack him.
Smack him around a little
Yeah,
bit.
because he deserves it.
A little. He always looks like he's crying.
He looks like he's had a really hard life making all those millions of dollars.
Well, you know why he was probably crying is because
He's on Wilfred, and that show's not going
Exactly. He just saw the ratings for Wilfred.
anywhere. Oh,
Boom. Teardrops.
so I did watch an interview from G4 a few weeks back of Dan Harmon, the guy on Community, who got forced out by NBC. He's the creator, showrunner.
Okay.
And he got the boot. And he was talking about how broken Nielsen's are because Nielsen's only measures the U.S. It doesn't poll international. And their shows like syndicated live like everywhere. And it does pretty well. Like he said when he goes to Comic-Con stuff, he sees, all these Aussies and all these people making fan sites and whatever.
Yeah.
But he's like, the Nielsen ratings, like the way they measure ratings, we are like our 3 million slice of the market is smaller than their margin of error.
Yeah.
So we could have 0 or 6 million.
Well, the Nielsen's is totally it's dead. I mean, why? Number one, you got to get a Nielsen box.
Well, the
right?
problem he was saying is that a lot of the issue people have now is the advertisers want to see these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the television company knows that it's selling over there and there and there, but they make all their money in the U.S. The U.S. advertisers want to see the U.S. numbers, and that's all they care about, and the only way to get them right now is the Nielsen.
Yeah, well, I also saw something on the Nielsen's where they're like, Nielsen's don't factor in DVR, they don't factor in on demand, and they don't factor in online at all. And I don't know about anybody else under the age of 40.
I know a lot of people who don't watch it live.
I don't watch live TV.
Yeah.
I do not watch live TV anymore, and I don't know many people under 40 that do.
I rarely do, and usually it's
by
because
mistake.
what I was going to record is on live right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like, I happen to be home
Yeah.
during the show that I was going to watch in 2 days when I can watch it on demand.
Yep. And skip the
I don't even
commercials.
have to watch Hulu.
Yeah, someone wants to talk about the Steam Summer Sale. I'm not buying any games right now.
Yeah, why not?
I just got a new laptop, so
You're trying to put a curb on the spending.
the old spending.
Yeah. Well, I can relate to that. You didn't say anything about my new glasses.
I tried not to look at the Steam Summer Sale because, let's be honest, Casey's Yokoing you right now.
She is.
And,
Always. Yoko Ono.
well, I don't want to really give her credit for it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that at all. I don't know what that had to do with the Steam Summer Sale.
You asked about your glasses.
Okay, we're talking about my glass. Okay, yeah.
As far as the Steam Summer Sale, I didn't even look because I didn't even want to buy.
Yeah?
Like I saw.
So you don't know even at all what's on the Steam.
I know it's going on, and I know there's a bunch of stuff on sale. And when I opened Steam the other day, it popped up hey, the Steam Summer Sale's going on. I'm like, tune out, clicky. Where's the red X?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you have a big date at night, it's better not to just don't even go on the internet all day long.
No.
Because you're going to whack.
You are.
You're going to whack.
Yep.
You'll find something new.
There's always something new.
There's always something new.
There's always some new whore getting butt sex
There's
with
always
some
something
black
new on RedTube.
guy. Yeah.
That should be their slogan.
What?
There's always something new
You're
on
never
RedTube.
going to be bored.
You'll be bored and disgusted with yourself, but that only after you're done masturbating.
You're so bad.
I know. Anyway, yeah, I have new glasses. I've been spending money. You want to hear on what?
Now here's my issue.
Yeah.
You're spending money,
Mm-hmm.
and then all you ever do is complain about how you need to save money for the wedding.
But no, see, that's what I'm spending money on. I bought the glasses, right? Nice. Also, wedding rings. Boom. We're going to have them in a week.
Blow pops. Why'd you special order blow pops?
They're not blow pops.
Oh.
They're real cheap wedding rings. We decided not to even get engagement rings. We just get the wedding rings. We're like, man, fuck it. I'm not buying more than one.
I'm lost.
Oh, you know how you're supposed to give your fiance an engagement ring?
I just made the bitch pick it out herself.
See, that's what I wanted to do, but then we decided we're going to do it nice and just get our rings all at once.
Nope.
And then
Nope.
not even worry about it.
Nope. Not gonna do
thinking-
it.
How would you like to see our wedding? We're trying to make wedding plans.
Mullet Talk said you have lesbian glasses.
What? Really? Mullet talk? That's some bullshit. These are not lesbian glasses.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Lesbian
They're in the male section. They're normal man glasses. Don't try and make me
They're
feel
in
bad.
the men's section with the short hair and the taped down boobs.
These are not... The only reason they'd be lesbian glasses is because they're men's glasses. If a woman was wearing them,
for
of course
women who like to tape down their boobs and cut their short hair. Cut their hair short.
There you go. I was about to ask what their short hairs are, but I think I know. Every woman and man out there,
Needs
cut your
to
short
cut their
hairs.
short hairs.
Cut your short hairs. Be polite. All right? Those get in people's mouths. Hopefully.
God.
That's the truth. Like, don't be rude. That's all I'm saying. Just do a trim.
Oh, God. Why do we got to do that? Why do
Because
we gotta go
they
there?
keep growing. Why do they keep
He's saying
growing?
they're still lesbian glasses.
Well, you can say that all you want. You're just jealous because I'm getting all the bitches.
All the lesbians.
Whatever. Potato, patata. They're still bitches.
They want to be dudes, though.
Whatever. I'm fine with that. You can have short hair. Call me up.
I'm comfortable in my lesbian awareness. What the hell does that even mean? I don't know.
Lesbian
Anyway,
awareness?
I don't
Being aware
know.
of lesbians.
I
I
don't
think
know
that
what
was
the hell I
pretty.
was
That was an
doing
easy
there.
one.
Oh, big party thing.
Okay.
Guess what happened on Wacky Gamer this week?
What?
We hit 1 million views.
Hey, does that mean we get like extra money?
No,
No, but
because
they're gonna
no
make
one
it.
watches our stuff.
They're gonna make it so like our videos are right at the top.
See, all those views, 900,000 of them came before this year, which is sad.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. We need to get the
Well,
word out, but like fucking Hardwick has me depressed.
Why?
Hardwick, the same fucking week we're starting this thing, he starts his thing. And because he's on G4, it gets really fucking popular.
Yeah, you don't
And-
understand that.
Well, no, here's what bugs me, though. And I've talked about this before, but he talks about being a nerd. But in his podcast, he isn't a nerd at all. He just gets random funny people on the show, which is fine if you're running a random funny people podcast and not pretending like you're the nerd podcast. And then he just got bought by Legendary Entertainment.
Yeah.
He's done a bunch of films.
Okay.
Motherfucker, I can't even get like anybody to reply to a fucking email, including 2 YouTubers who said they were helpful and friendly and stuff, and now they're like, fuck,
Well,
don't even reply to a tweet.
Well, I mean, it's all about publicity and advertising, right? You got to, poor Hardwick's out there.
Poor
You think
Hardwick's out there with the backing of venture capitalists with millions of dollars.
Well, do you think it was always that easy when he was on a Limidate and stuff?
Yes, I do.
I don't think so.
When he was depressed and got fat and became an alcoholic, yes, I think his life was really easy then.
He got fat and became an alcoholic?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yep, he's recovering.
What episode of Eliminate was that?
That was actually not Eliminate.
Was that second season? Oh, no.
No, you're using the wrong show name. It wasn't Eliminate. With Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Eliminate.
Wasn't Eliminate the one where they had like the
No.
100 guys? I'm pretty sure it was Eliminate. There's 100 guys, and you get one skank standing there, and the skank says something like, she's like, singled out.
See, you were fucking wrong.
Singled
Yet
out.
again, you're fucking wrong.
I'm sorry, Eliminate's a much better name. That's why it's the one I remember.
I like Simpleton Soup. I tried showing my friends. They called it retarded. Sorry, guys. Well, tell your friends that that's a completely fair assessment.
Yeah, but that's our genre.
That's our thing.
We're retarded.
If you want someone who makes lots of money and successful at this, you go listen to Chris
Yeah, you
Hardwick's
gotta listen to
podcast.
somebody else. If you want to listen to two retards is
Who got
jabbering,
nothing better to do
boom,
than talk about lesbian glasses and RedTube, then
it's
you
a niche market.
watch this.
Mm-hmm. It's
So,
a niche.
It's a niche that apparently no one wants.
No,
But
we got 11. We have 11.
We've had 34 playbacks, 11 viewers right now. Up 35, so we just lost somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. That means that an average of like 40 people listen to us. 40. Can Chris Hardwick say that?
Chris Hardwick, yeah,
No.
can say
No.
more than 40.
Well, but that's not 40. He has
I
to say
want-
things like, "Oh, 1 million people listen to my podcast." Lots of people. You know who knows about Chris Hardwick's? Like 1 million people. You know who listens to us? 11. And that makes you part of an elite club.
Mullick Talk, who I now like a lot because of your lesbian
My
glasses.
lesbian.
I've tried to do collabs, and I won't name names, but it rhymes with Schmack Schmerd and Schmeen Schmeen Show. But I'm friendly with both those guys. We've visited them at WonderCon and Comic-Con, and we always talk. And it's like, yeah, let's do something together. And then whenever I email them or tweet them or whatever, they never reply to me. And I don't know that it's anything against me or they get lots of email or whatever, but never reply. Also, Glozell. Glozell was going to partner up, and we just didn't find a way to partner up that made sense. But I don't know what it is. If you have a channel you think we should collab, you message them and you message me their name, and I will try and hook them up.
There you go. I'm telling you what you need to do.
The problem is the people I know who will collab with me are people like Blimey Games, and she's got less subscribers than we have. Well, it's fun. It's hella fun.
Now,
it's not a good promotion.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Here's the things that we're missing.
Yep.
Number 1, drama. We got to start dramas.
We have drama all the time.
No, we got to start drama.
You get irate over
with each other.
Gingerly almonds sprinkled with...
Dude, don't bring up those fucking almonds, all right? They ruined that bag of trail mix, and now I like it. The point is...
Oh!
Yeah, I know, and that drives me nuts. I don't like ginger, but I want it.
So between those glasses...
Yeah, and the trail mix,
and
I'm
you're
in
a fucking
debt.
hipster.
I'm in debt.
You're a hipster.
Wait,
you're now officially a hipster.
How did these glasses make me... They're just glasses.
If you're a dude wearing lesbian glasses,
I
you're a
hate
hipster.
And
then you're
hate
eating.
you.
Then you're enjoying Trader Joe's trail mix,
Wait
which
a minute.
makes you like uber hipster.
Hipsters don't shop at Trader Joe's.
Yes, they do.
It's too mainstream.
Trader Joe's and Whole Foods.
No, Whole Foods, yes.
Both.
Whole Foods, yes.
No,
Trader Joe's,
because
no.
you need to intermix the Whole Foods
No.
organic with the puns of the Trader Joe's. Yep.
No, hipsters don't like puns. But here's what I'm talking about. We need drama.
You can't suggest collabing with yourself.
We need drama with other people. You know?
Dude, I have a beef with other channels.
Well, we should make videos where we just call them out. We're like, yo, Hardwick, your name should be Soft Dick, because that's what you is.
I would want to work with Hardwick.
Well, you got to
If he
be
called
willing.
me up.
You got to be willing to
he's
burn
a good guy.
these bridges.
He actually met with me when he was here for the Wacky Gamer show before he had started the thing at Nerd Melt in L.A. and whatever. He's good people.
Here's all I'm
now,
saying.
that said, Ray William Johnson I would call out.
There we go. Let's get him.
Because he's
Larry the Cable Guy.
You're a guy.
You're a queer.
Tobuscus, though, I like Tobuscus.
Now I feel bad.
I like Tobuscus.
I feel bad for calling him a queer. That's just hate mongering.
Couple of nerds fucking calling you out, you fucking freaks.
That's pretty good. You know, but that's us. I mean, maybe we could practice on calling us. Let's practice on calling us out.
Let's have a beef between our two channels, but you're on both of them.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, no, we'll record another video.
Okay. You know, we're not just going to do it.
No,
right
we're
now?
going to do like a 30-second rant.
About how much
you're
we
going to
hate-
do a 30-second rant about a couple of nerds.
This might
and
get
then
me in
on the
trouble.
couple of nerds channel, do a 30-second rant about Wacky Gamer.
I hate Wacky Gamer. All right, we might do that. That could be
That'd be funny. And then we'll link the two of them to each other.
But
that'd be good times.
That's the first thing.
College humor's a good idea. You fucking email them and tell them to look at us.
That's the first thing you need is drama. Second thing you need, tits. All right? We have to use my boobs more.
Yeah.
We have to shave my chest and put me in a low-cut top.
Well, that's the whole... Someone asked, tell us about the Dungeons & Dragons video. That ties in because in that video are Ryan's boobs.
Ryan's boobs are all over that video.
And they're red.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're sexy red demon boobs.
What do they want to know about the Dungeons & Dragons video?
There's nothing. We put a preview up.
We did put a preview
What more
up.
do you want to know? Adam still hasn't finished editing it.
Yeah, it's a grueling editing process because it was too long. You know the thing that I remember.
Why don't you just upload it?
Mm-hmm. I'm editing it.
No, upload what you got.
To what?
Dropbox, and I'll look at it.
Okay, but I still got to fucking finish editing. The ending isn't even done.
Oh.
I have 30 seconds left of video, so I'm finishing it today. Basically,
Rooster Teeth would be a good one. I'm just gonna name shit as people mention.
Well, you can keep naming shit, but my question was, what do they want to know about the Dungeons and Dragons thing? It should be out by the end of next week.
Yeah. Oh, we do need to do the Drunken Game of Thrones podcast. But
are we good?
People are holding that up.
Yes.
Nameless people whose names are not Ivan, Ryan, Adam, or Jeff.
So red?
I didn't name anybody.
You didn't. Well, that's not a name. It's a color.
It's true.
So
it's not even his real name.
There you go. It's not like I said Brian Wagner. Whoop.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. Now they know.
Oh, too soon. Luckily, he doesn't give a shit about us and won't listen to our podcast.
No, he doesn't.
So, yeah, I'm guessing that at some point we'll do that podcast. The problem is it needs to be 2 stages. We need to figure out the board game, and then we need to do the drunk podcast with the board game because we don't want the drunk podcast trying to figure out the rules.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be one of those really difficult. It's gonna be like Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition kind of rules where we're gonna spend most of the time just trying to figure out THAC0.
Yeah,
you know, where we're just like, I
don't get it.
So it's my armor class.
Wait, D20.
The lower my THAC0 is better.
Now, if I crit on somebody who's crit resistant with the armor,
my THAC0
it's a 7
is
minus
11.
30.
His armor class
times
is 4.
12.
I'm rolling a 20
minus 8.
Die. See, it's
plus
difficult.
The square root of ice cream.
You know, did you ever learn THAC0?
No.
I spent the time to learn THAC0. I actually figured it out. I got fucking. I'm like, I can do THAC0 off the top of my head.
Yeah, and
they totally got rid of THAC0.
You know why?
Because nobody else fucking.
Yeah, it was just you and one other dude in Iowa.
I know. It was just us being like, oh, well, you have an armor class of -1.
You were the only two commenting on the Dungeons and Dragons forum back in the day. And you barely knew how to use the internet. So
that was before the internet.
Yeah, that was dial-up modem boards.
Dial-up modems, and basically you take a picture of your wiener, you put it on the computer, it just says 101110,
and then it takes
send it to
hours
somebody.
to upload. They might get it by Friday. He wants the story of the Dungeons and Dragons video.
The story? Like the story... So, for those wondering what we're talking about, Simpleton Soup says he wants the story of the Dungeons and Dragons video. I wonder, does he want the story of us making the video or the story behind the video?
I don't know. Either one. Terrible question.
I'll tell the story of us making the video with some highlights.
We went downstairs into my basement and turned on the camera and the lights and filmed stuff.
Really? Those are your highlights?
The highlight was getting in an argument with you.
Well, whenever we do a project that lasts longer than 3 hours, we end up having a fight. It's part of the creative process. That was a pretty good one. It was a good one. It was a good one. It wasn't our best. It wasn't our best fight. No, we've had the best one was at the comedy college during a podcast where it was during
where
the
you
podcast.
wanted to get out, you left.
I left.
Yeah.
That was the best one.
That one was actually funny.
It was only funny because Ryan was there.
And it was recorded.
Well, it was recorded. My highlights would be rubbing makeup all over Ryan's body. That was fun.
We're not going to give you the whole plot line because it ruins it.
Yeah.
He kind of wants the plot line. The plot line is we're playing D&D and we summon a demon. That's the entire premise.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
But then if we told you any more, we'd ruin it.
We inadvertently summon the devil.
The devil. And I do have an Elgato Blau planned.
Yeah.
I just need to record it. It was a shitty week this week.
Yeah, why was your week shitty?
Just work. Lots of work. People in town.
Understandable. I've had a pretty busy week trimming marijuana.
Yeah, it's tough.
It actually is tough.
It's so tough.
Pete, you don't
so
think it's
hard.
tough.
Life's so hard.
But sitting in a basement by yourself
with iTunes,
with nobody to talk to,
with an iPod
for 8 hours straight.
Oh, so good. Just listen to some podcasts.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can have you come in for a weekend and do it, and
I'm
we'll
not
see.
going to the fucking pot store.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it because it's not. Everybody, whenever you say I work at a pot store, people are like, "Oh, it's like Christmas." It's like I work at TGI Fridays. I heard every day's Friday there. I bet it's great. It's like, but not if you're working there.
It's like Stone. What is it? Stone Creamery.
Stone Cold.
No, Cold Stone.
Cold Stone.
Yeah, where everyone's got to be happy and ring the bell and sing the song. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's so magical. And
No,
it's like,
it's not.
not after the first 20 minutes.
I work in Disneyland. Oh, that must be the greatest.
Actually,
No.
I know lots of people work at Disney and love working there.
I know a lot of people that work at Disney and fucking hate it.
What do they do?
One person works in a costume
Well, yes.
and fucking hates it.
Yes.
Another one worked there for a summer and jumped from job to job. You know, like
Were they on rides or were they cleaning?
I'm
or?
the banana lady. I dip the bananas, and now
Oh, no,
I'm the
that's
waffle.
terrible, too. You got to work the rides.
You got to work the rides.
Yeah, apparently that's where it's at.
I don't know about that.
Dude, I know a guy who worked there for like 6 years.
Yeah, but you know some boring people. I mean, I know some boring people.
You do know a lot of
We know
people.
boring people, and so just one guy be like, I like to sit on a ride. I get to press the green button,
have you
and then I
seen-
press the red button.
I got to bring this up. No, we don't listen to our own podcast, except when I have to make notes for the audio-only podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Then I skip every 5 minutes to find out what the fuck we're talking about.
I listen once in a while.
But there's a comedian who runs shows at the Purple Onions on the weekends.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about,
Probably.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got Baraka in his name sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So he likes to post on Facebook these, like, truths. He's like, shit, if you're not working comedy full time, you're not a comedian. Truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's like a worse version of Curtis. As far as, like, crazy shit he says. Like, Curtis will just be like, you need to, like, bring 100 people to the show, you fucking bringer. But he'll be like, shit, if you can't get 100 people in a show on your first try, you ain't a fucking producer. And shit like
Truth.
that. Truth.
What about it?
He's been doing a lot of that lately.
Mm-hmm.
And he called out some comedians that you know that are pretty fucking bad. Like, this comedian's fucking awesome. They brought it last night, brought the house down. And I'm like, your standards for that show must be really fucking low, bro.
Well,
Or that person had the most amazing night of their life.
whenever I see somebody write on Facebook, I brought the house down, I killed last night, I always assume what they really mean is, I had the worst set I've ever had, and I'm trying to make myself feel better about it.
Yeah, you heard what I was doing, right? Where shows I'm nervous about, I'm pre-tweeting before the show has even started. Like, great show tonight at the Cubs. Thanks so much.
I killed last night at Cobb's.
It's like positive reinforcement.
Wait a minute.
What?
Simpleton Soup says, I played Dragon Age 1 and 2. It's great.
That's
Hell,
where he's wrong.
Yeah, Simpleton Soup.
Dragon Age is such
Oh
a
my
flawed
God.
fucking game.
I wish I could take a can opener to you, Simpleton Soup. I love you. I'm going to heat you up, eat you in your
It's
condensed
funny. It
form.
combines two of your favorite things, you being a simpleton and soup.
And soup. I love
Yep.
soup. And I love Dragon Age. If they could make a Dragon Age soup,
Dragon
it'd probably
Age is
take a
such
really
a bad,
long time to heat
flawed
up.
game. Both Blizzard and BioWare have lost their mojo. I'm calling it. Lost their mojo.
Because of Dragon Age?
Mass Effect 2 and 3 to a certain
Okay, Mass
extent.
Effect sucks.
Before that was Jade Empire.
Didn't even play.
BioWare's kind of in my mind. Blizzard's right on the cusp. They can recover. But, man, StarCraft 2 was good. The last WoW expansion kind of sucked. Diablo 3 was kind of a letdown for a lot of people. I enjoyed it. I didn't expect to play it for years, so I got my money's worth out of it. But
What made Diablo suck, man?
They screwed up the long tail end game. Diablo 2 is like replayable almost forever and fun. Diablo 3, you get bored.
Why do you get bored?
Because the grind and stuff for the gear is just terrible, and the drops are terrible. And part of it is they dumbed it down a bit. Mm-hmm. But to get more players into it, and I get that, and that a lot of the stuff they did was actually really good, but it kind of ruined the end game, and they didn't fix the end game. Anyway, I am excited about the new WoW expansion, but that's going to be in the fall, so we'll see how that is. If they fuck that up, they're pretty much
I'm hoping they fuck
screwed.
It up. Just because
I don't. I want a big company dominating PC. Like, I want awesome PC games and Mac games. And Blizzard supports Mac, which is great.
Well, that's good, but I don't care about that for them.
But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
I'll tell you what I want. I want some suggestions for comic books. Because I want to buy some fucking comics.
Ultimate X-Men, but you got it.
I got it all.
How
far are you on Ultimate X-Men?
Halfway through book 2.
Okay. It gets a lot better.
Magneto is now released because he was pacified by Xavier for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he blocked his brain.
Mm-hmm. Is that book 2? Oh, the big books.
Yeah.
Do you know
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know exactly.
So it's just at the part where Xavier had his like crisis, like, I don't want to do this. I'm all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of pretentious prick, and now he's like, no, I'm not wrong anymore. But yeah, keeping Magneto, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I like the last one. I like book 19. That's my favorite book.
Issue 19.
No, book 19. Trade back number 19.
There's not 19 Ultimate X-Men trade backs,
Mm-hmm.
is there? Fuck.
Mm-hmm. And 19's the coolest, I think.
I don't have the money.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Well,
I am getting paid minimum wage now. I don't want to brag. Getting paid minimum wage. It's very exciting.
Minimum wage is nice, isn't it?
WoW did not rip off Kung Fu Panda. For fuck's sake. Pandaren have been in there prior to Kung Fu Panda. And fucking Didier has been obsessed with Panda from day one. Like in his sketchbooks. That's all he ever fucking sketches. Samwise.
I think that they ripped off Kung Fu Panda.
You just hate Blizzard.
No. Well, they had the idea for the pandas, but they didn't make them Kung Fu until after Kung Fu Panda.
They've been monks forever.
Oh, well, there's lots of different monks. There's lots of different monks. There's lots of different
They've
monks.
been panda monks forever.
Yeah, but they were Gregorian monks, and now they're Shaolin. That's the problem.
They're actually members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
They're in the Wu-Tang Clan. They ain't nothing to fuck with. I'm not going to fuck with them. I'm just telling you. Scott Pilgrim.
The RZA, the Gizza, the Method Man, and here's my buddies Ling Ling and Shing Ding.
That'd be good. We're going to fuck up your bamboo, motherfucker.
Yo, Ling Ling in the house. I'm going to eat your bamboo till there's nothing left.
I so thought you were going to rhyme there. I
Nope.
thought there was going to be a rhyme, and then you tricked me.
Yeah, because this is modern rap. Modern rap doesn't need to rhyme. Hell, you don't even need
just have
tones
to
in your
repeat.
rap. You just need to, like, look at Pitbull.
I don't even know Pitbull. Who's Pitbull?
This fucking bald asshole. Anyway, carry on.
So I asked for suggestions for comic books, and so far somebody said Scott Pilgrim. I've read Scott Pilgrim. It was all right. You know,
Sight.
it's all right.
Sight.
I'm looking for superhero comics. That's what I got a boner for. Like I've started.
I got Superior.
Superior.
Yeah.
What's
I
Superior?
think it's Superior. I think that's what it's called.
I don't even know. Superior? Is that from the 90s?
Maybe.
Superior. Who
I
the
think.
fuck does that comic? I don't know.
Yeah, Superior.
I have never heard of it.
Yep. Well, I got it.
Is it any good?
I haven't tried it yet because I've been trying to get through Ultimates. Here, you want to read the synopsis? Just the first paragraph?
Simon, what's his name? An angry, bitter
Poonie.
12-year-old.
It says Poontang, pretty
All right,
much.
well, I didn't want to because his name's... All right, Simon Vagina. An angry, bitter 12-year-old boy suffering from multiple...
Sclerosis.
Sclerosis. So,
Idolizes
superheroes, partially superior as Superman analog. An alien monkey named
Orman.
Is that an R? Orman appears at Simon's bedside, informing the boy that of all the people on Earth, he has been granted the honor of being bestowed a single magic wish. Simon is then transformed into Superior.
Okay. We don't want to read too much further.
You think he'd wish for a cure for multiple sclerosis.
I think you should ask for a cure for stuttering.
That'd be good.
You
guys are just fucking with me now. Somebody's like, you should read Spider-Man: The Clone Saga. Give it a chance. It's actually good. Really?
Deadpool Merc with the Mouth was the one
good.
I read. Yeah.
Deadpool Merc with the Mouth is good, but the Spider-Man Clone Saga, like the original one from the 90s, the 3 years that they ripped everybody off, I don't know.
Why not?
Because I was there when it originally happened, and I was one of those kids that was like, oh shit!
Well, you're always one of those kids.
Because it's like, hey, remember that last 3 years?
Didn't happen. Yeah.
It's like, fuck you. Peter Parker woke up and it was the dream. I don't like that. What other suggestions do they got? Best line ever, walked into
Strange Talents of Luther Strode.
I've never
heard of that. Please explain what that is so we
Strange
know.
Talents of Luther
Sounds
Strode.
interesting.
Just the name sounds fun to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. You've pretty much gone through my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that much, but Superior was recommended.
Oh, okay. Simpleton Soup is saying that there's a new Clone Saga. It's a remake.
Oh.
So maybe I'll give it a chance.
The remake of the crap? That sounds really appealing.
Well, here's how you got to think about it. All right? People make the mistake. They make remakes of things that are good. And how are you going to make a remake of something that's good? Like, hey, I remade your grandma's chocolate chip cookies. Like, well, they're good, but they're not as good as grandma's. Whereas you're like, I remade the horrible nightmare you had. You're like, oh, no, I don't. Oh, it's better. It's better.
Yeah, I like this version.
Yeah, I can watch this.
The version where I land on pillows instead of a bed of nails.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can get behind that.
Yeah, Adam should write Blunt Man and Chronic San Fran. That's a good suggestion from Panophobic.
I like that suggestion of me writing a comic somehow about my life.
Anthony, this is one thing I saw that kind of intrigued me is Anthony Bourdain's involved with a comic book about a chef, but it looks more like Chew. It looks more like
there's going to be something interesting.
Like his mad chef skills make him a superhero, like his skill with knives and stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't know.
Let's see.
I will follow up on that and see how bad it is online.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But apparently Bourdain's been a fan of comics forever, too, so it's not like just some random dude.
We'll see. Here's my problem is whenever I hear people talking about, like, this is going to be a comic book about anything other than superheroes or violence, I automatically go to Japanese comics.
There's your description for Luther Strode. He was a pretty average teenager until he ordered the Hercules method, a bodybuilding course that promised to make a man of him. It didn't just make him a man, it made him a Superman. Wah, wah.
Ken Townsend told me about that.
Did he?
Yes, I believe he did, and he said it was awesome.
And you didn't believe him until
I forgot.
Mini Cody 18 suggested that you go read it.
I forgot.
You're a dick.
I'll have to check it out.
Have you read Fables?
Yes. Okay. I've read Fables.
Fables is good.
I'm up to book 11, and then I stopped.
Further than I am.
Yeah, well, it just started to fizzle out.
Yeah.
The first 3 books of Fables, you're reading it, and you're just like, yes, this is going someplace.
The first series is...
It doesn't.
Her and him trying to figure out how to work together, and then her figuring out his secret.
And you figuring out his secret.
You figuring out his secret, and then...
And at first there's murder mysteries, and then it becomes like, okay, well, no, they're living as a society. You're like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, will they, won't they? And then they bang, and they have kids, and then you're like, well, you should go back to some of those other storylines you were trying. No.
Nope.
All right.
No.
All right. And it just kind of...
Those were the previous writer. I'm not interested in those storylines.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens.
It fizzled out. It fizzled out for me. I do want to buy the last, like... I think around book 18 is when they solve some things.
Read all my Conan?
Yes, I did read your Conan when you first got it.
Too.
Conan was good. Conan was surprisingly good.
Conan, I should say, not Conan. No, Conan. Conan. I always forget which is which.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
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 Simpleton Soup wants to know how I reacted to you telling me that One Piece wasn't just
for kids. Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, I agree. It's not just for kids.
Still sucks though.
I don't think it sucks. It's just not. It's not my cup of tea. Is really the thing. It's not my kettle of fish.
How would you feel
For a cup of tea, I would love one.
No, if Marvel pulled a New 52?
I would be really fucking pissed off.
Why?
Why? Because it's the kind of thing where it's like, you know what it reminds me of? It's like the Beastie Boys decided they wanted to get rid of all of the negative connotation to women in their albums a couple years back.
Yeah.
And they said they were going to go back and erase all of the awful things they said. Go fuck yourself. You already said it.
That's the Beastie Boys.
And that's
music.
That's music. You've said it. And this is even worse.
But in comics, where there's a precedent for just rewriting history and taking new spins on characters,
you can't just start from scratch. I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea. The only reason I condoned it with DC when I first heard about it was because of how muddled DC
until you
has
saw
gotten.
the implementation.
And then I stopped. Yes, exactly. But I thought that they'd do it more like, okay, we have to start over because this is just too fucking confusing. We have 9 different storylines for this one person. Okay, I'm with you. And then they're like, well, we're going to redo it, and now we're going to just change things that don't need to be changed, and we're going to get really sloppy with the writing and use gimmicks.
That's exactly what they said.
It seems like it. It seems like it, you know. So for me, I want Marvel to stay Marvel. I want it to be that way. If you want to have a huge change, write it in. You know, find a way to make it work in the story.
Or just create a spin-off series.
Well,
Like they used to have the what ifs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if Spider-Man never get bitten by the
There you go.
thing? Those are fun.
Well, or I would also say start a new series like Ultimates.
Yeah.
I mean, what did they do with Ultimates? They decided what in the late 90s, early 2000s, they're like, all right, we want our comics to be more adult. We have 2 choices we can make. We can revamp everything.
Yeah.
Or we can just get a separate line and start from scratch with them. And that's what they did. And I love Ultimate. I think Ultimate's great.
Yeah. It's a good... so far I've enjoyed almost all the Ultimates. But I have a feeling I'm going to want to kill myself soon.
Why?
I'm getting annoyed with, like, Jean Grey, pretty much.
I've never liked Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a female superhero that I'm like, yes! Like,
Really?
really? That I'm just like, I love you. I mean, She-Hulk, she's up there, but she's a spinoff.
Yeah, she is.
You know, can you really be like...
I mean, I do like Storm,
I don't like Storm.
but not in the Ultimates either.
I don't like Storm. She's too... And the goddess of the full... Yeah, go fuck yourself, lady. Just say I'm
Wonder
gonna zap
Woman, New 52 is actually better than old Wonder Woman.
you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Wonder Woman for me, again, was the hoity-toity.
You're just a dick.
No.
Yes.
I have specific things that I want.
Yeah. We
You
should
know?
probably end this.
We should. You know who I liked? I'm still talking. I don't even care. Farrell.
We got to do Nerd Wars.
I know we do. Farrell was a good. Farrell was a good.
What about
female
all
character.
Wolverine's friends?
His friends?
Yeah.
Like Jubilee?
Just all of them, because he's got none.
Well, what are you talking about? Wolverine has a ton
Wolverine
of
never
friends.
has friends.
He has a ton of
Everybody
friends.
hates Wolverine.
Wolverine has a ton.
They just don't want to get ripped to shreds by him, so they say, yeah, we'll hang out with you Friday night.
Miss Marvel's good.
Miss Marvel's shit.
I like Miss Marvel.
No.
I like her.
You don't like Rogue?
Rogue is okay, but the fact that she's written with an accent starts to bother me after a while. I can only read so much.
That was the same. There's like one issue that has the card drawing guy. Why am I
Gambit.
blanking? Gambit on there. and it's all done in accident. And I'm like, you fucking just put a star and say French accent or like.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons Gambit fell.
Or it's like
because he was as big as Wolverine
in every Avengers comic. When Thor comes in and it's all like all caps and like italicized, and you're like, do I really? I know he sounds funny. I get it. I get it.
Can't you just put a little asterisk and say, sounds like an asshole?
Yeah, always comes off like an asshole no matter how hard he tries.
Nobody ever gives him shit about it either.
People do.
Yeah.
There was one of the Avengers I was just reading where someone made the comment, does he always need to talk like that? Like, so we'll just read this last comment and then get out of here. Panophobic said, I'd like Marvel to start a brand new series and follow it through, then move on. The whole what's if and new dimensions thing gets annoying. Well, fuck you, because I like the what ifs.
That's really... Yeah,
I don't like the new dimensions, but
yeah, I don't like the new dimensions. I like What If just because they're one-offs.
Yeah,
it's the same reason I like Exiles. If you like seeing like What Ifs, Exiles is a great comic for you because
New 52's What Ifs gone wrong.
New 52 is What If
gone wrong.
What if we destroyed the entire universe and replaced it with a what if?
We got all
universe?
new writers to write shit and they didn't believe in the shit that was written before. That's What If.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to run with it.
Yeah.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll go back?
No. It's too late.
You think? You don't think in a year they'll be like, all right.
They'll
start branching off with like original Wonder Woman?
I don't know. I think it's too late for them. I think the way that they would look at that is you're splitting your market.
Possibly. Didn't I lend you the one comic book with the dudes that Batman hired to cover for him?
Yes, you did. The Outcast? I have that on my bookshelf or something. Or
something like that.
Something like that. That was a good comic.
Yeah, that was good too. Anyway.
Yeah, I think the New 52 is here to stay. I'd
take another Ultimate style thing from Marvel.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The Ultimate series is pretty much dying out.
Let's make a penultimate and make it penultimate X-Men where Jean Grey's not annoying. Rogue doesn't have an accent. There's no fucking accents.
I thought of a woman I like.
What?
Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde's all right.
I like Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde just showed up. That's the comic I'm on right now.
That's what made me think of it.
She's getting a tour.
Kitty Pryde is actually I will read a Kitty Pryde comic book. I will, because she doesn't have powers.
I just want to see you on the bus with a book that says Kitty Pryde on it.
I would have no problem with that. Kitty Pryde, I like. Like, I would like to read a Kitty Pryde Colossus comic book, just the two of them.
I'm going with the penultimate X-Men with no accents, no annoying childish relationship drama.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You know, like, I don't mind the tension of Wolverine and Cyclops, like, competing with Jean Grey.
The love triangle.
In the Ultimates, though, it's handled like a high school relationship in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I just want to be like, look, he wants to fuck her. He wants to fuck her. Both of them have fucked her previously. She's used goods. Cry, cry. Get on with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then she just goes back and forth, and they get angry and they leave and stuff. That's fine. I just don't want the like, oh,
man,
this week Wolverine likes me.
Man, you are in so much trouble.
It's getting annoying already.
These, and they're not. It's not like the old X-Men where that's the only love triangle that you really have to.
No,
focus
there's
on.
Beast and Aurora and somebody else.
And
Colossus,
it gets more.
And
it gets a lot more.
Why do you need to fuck the people in your superhero team? There's plenty of other mutants to fuck.
What are you fucking?
Go
crazy?
fuck Magneto. Magneto's lonely.
Why do you want to fuck Magneto?
He's already had 2 kids. He's got no interest in other kids, so you might as well go.
Jean Grey or Magneto? You're going Magneto?
No, if you're Jean Grey.
Oh.
Yeah, go
now
fuck
it
Magneto.
Makes sense. Now
go fuck Quicksilver. You know.
Quicksilver? I wouldn't do Quicksilver.
You wouldn't tap Scarlet Witch, though?
I'd tap Scarlet Witch.
So
she's dangerous. But
Colossus, Wolverine, Cyclops should all be trying to tap Scarlet Witch.
I would think so.
And all the girls should be trying to tap Quicksilver, Magneto,
See, not Quicksilver.
or the Blob. The
It's
Blob
the
would be
speed.
fun. The Blob
It's the
would be
speed.
fun to have sex with.
Once on a lark.
Yeah, but that's
Where it's
that's
more
who
like-
you use to make someone jealous. Like, dude, I didn't even
I-
want to sleep with you. I fucked the Blob
I fucked the Blob
instead.
before I fuck you.
Yeah,
That would hurt.
yeah.
That would hurt. And for
That's
me,
that's revenge sex right there. That's like
I think it's a
taking
trophy.
the knife.
It's a trophy. It's like I fucked the Blob. Ew. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I did it.
And I wasn't even drunk.
I wasn't. It didn't even matter.
No.
But I wouldn't fuck Quicksilver because I think the speed thing. Like if you get too excited, it's not my problem. Isn't that it's going to be too fast? My problem that physically he will be too fast. That's a lot of friction. Like you can get hurt.
Well, me, more likely, I'd be having a good time, and then he'd decide something needed his attention. He'd just be gone.
Oh, that would be neat.
And
though.
then you'd jizz all over yourself because
well, he'd be back.
No,
He'd
he
be
wouldn't come back.
already. That's kind of neat.
Quicksilver's ADD. He just goes.
He did. It's true.
We'll answer this, though. Mini Cody wants a good Marvel book to start on. He's always been a DC guy. You're the
Oh.
Marvel guy.
Wow, this is a big one because you gotta see a convert, and you gotta pick one. See, the trick is you gotta pick one where it's like, okay, they can read it, it's gonna be fun, but it doesn't have a lot of background that they need to know from other things. That's how you gotta look at it,
Yes.
don't you?
I would almost say Ultimate Avengers
I think,
or the Ultimates.
Yeah, the Ultimates. I think that's a really good call because it starts you from scratch, but it also, I mean, it's fucking action.
There's action, and there's not too much. You don't really need to know anything. There's a couple things with Captain America that they gloss over, but it's not really relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Just the Ultimates.
I think that would be a good one. I think,
I mean, even Ultimate X-Men.
or well, you could also read Astonishing X-Men. Because again, that they start right from the beginning. It's more recent.
Amazing Spider-Man too.
Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man could be fun, but you really have to. If you want to read Spider-Man, you have to like Spider-Man. That's really the thing, because that's all you're going to be reading is about Peter Parker or Spider-Man.
Yeah, he doesn't tend to do things with other people.
Yeah, so
not too many crossovers.
But yeah, I'd say the Ultimates or Astonishing X-Men would be the best.
Cool. We're going to end it on that.
There you go.
That's Adam's gay Marvel comic recommendation.
Oh.
You mentioned all comics with dudes.
Well, that's true. But can't even think of one with chicks.
No, but
Well,
why would they put chicks in a comic?